Now, I will say one major thing that I'm really excited to see in Star Wars Episode 9 has all to do with exactly how J.J. Abrams will utilize the characters of both Kylo Ren and Rey, and the darker path that he will be giving Kylo Ren, and the unexpected path he will be giving the character of Rey in this story. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing that I am really fascinated about when it comes to this movie is, of course, the characters of Kylo Ren and Rey, and where these two characters will end up being by the very end of this movie, and hence the end of the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with one of the final scenes within the third act of the movie. Now, specifically, it's described that both Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley recently shot a sequence for one of the final scenes in the third act of the film together of what's being described as a chase scene between the two. Both Ridley and Driver were placed on speeder set pieces in front of a large green screen, where Adam was wielding an ignited lightsaber while sitting on the speeder and taking a strike to Rey's speeder. It's described as one of the most unique speeder chases in a Star Wars film that involves the use of lightsabers. Another sequence involved both Driver and Ridley, with both sabers clashed against each other while holding their sabers with one hand while on the speeders. It's said to be a very action-heavy sequence that will include impressive visuals. It's said the visuals actually are to be replaced with green screens that consist of incoming boulders and rock formations that pose a threat to a potential crash for both Kylo and Rey. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this and why I believe that this is most definitely a take on the Return of the Jedi Endor chase scene. Now, you guys may very well, associate Return of the Jedi with, of course, the Battle of Endor many times, right? Whenever you think about that movie, you usually think about the Battle of Endor, and of course, the final showdown between both Luke and Vader. Now, with that being said, the thing that I do love about Episode 9 so far of course, how things are actually sounding that they are made out to be, is that both Kylo Ren and Rey are going to get these unique experiences that are going to pretty much serve as parallels to that of the original trilogy. So this whole entire sequence is described as a speeder chase that will also involve lightsabers. So kind of imagine, let's say for example, if you have Kylo chasing Rey where Rey is ahead, right? And Kylo is igniting that lightsaber and taking pretty much a strike to her speeder. That's exactly what's happening in this scenario, is that there's a chase going on, but also at the same time, JJ is somehow able to incorporate a mini lightsaber duel between the two while, actually having this speeder chase in full effect on whatever new world this is going to be in Episode 9. Now, what's actually said to replace the green screens are said to be rock formations and boulders that are serving as potential threats of crashes for both Kylo and Rey. So like I say, if you look at the original trilogy, you have that Endor chase scene, you have the trees, and then now in this scenario, you have boulders and rock formations that are pretty much the parallels of the trees that serve as potential threats of crashes for both Kylo and Rey. So not only does this sound very unique, but it also sounds like it's also a parallel to that of the scene in Return of the Jedi. And I can really say that this is probably one of the best ways in order to create a parallel in a Star Wars film while also making it very unique. And that's the one thing that a lot of fans out there are very concerned about right now, is of course whether or not Episode 9 is going to be too similar to that of Return of the Jedi, or different parts of The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars A New Hope, in which I don't think that's going to be the case. I think what JJ really aims to do in this movie is to make it as unique and original as possible, but also still having those parallels. But even when you put those parallels in there, he's going to do something far different, and that is honestly something that I enjoy and something that I truly do respect by JJ. Now, the next thing that I do want to go over is how this also connects to what we heard about 3 months ago, that Kylo Ren and Rey would indeed have a chase scene of sorts before the major lightsaber duel between the two. So we do know that JJ aims to deliver one of the most iconic lightsaber sequences in a Star Wars film. He's aiming to really make it a very lengthy lightsaber duel between both Kylo Ren and Rey and this new villain that will be added into Episode 9 as well. So it seems as though that he's trying to do something on the level of the prequels. If you look at the prequels, you can see how the lightsaber duels are very prominent in the movies. They are probably one of the biggest parts of course, Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, and The Phantom Menace. So now JJ, we do know that he is a fan of both the prequels and the originals. He wants to create this balance between the two trilogies by also making them a very important piece in Episode 9 in order for all fans around the world to enjoy this movie equally. That's going to be quite a big task if you ask me, and I'm really hoping that he's going to be able to pull this off successfully. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.